If you're a small business owner drowning in customer support emails, missing tickets, and having your team constantly ask, whose turn is it to check support, this video is about to change everything. I'm about to show you a simple Zapier automation that automatically reads your support emails, uses AI to analyze them, and instantly routes them to the right person on your team. All the context that they need. No more missed tickets, and no more, I thought you were handling that, and no more angry customers waiting days and days for responses. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact blueprint to build this system for yourself and your business. And I'll even give you the AI prompts so you can just copy and paste them into your automation. So let's dive in. Here's the automation. So obviously, as I said, this captures your customer support emails that your customers send to your support email. What we do is click on new Zap, and then we create a new trigger, and the trigger would be a new email. We go to app and we just search Gmail, and then we put Gmail as the select app. The event that would trigger this automation would be a new email is received, and you see the 15 label that it gives next to Gmail in that block. That means that this automation will check your email every 15 minutes to check if there's a new customer support email. So you can modify this for your business. And so if you're getting a lot of customer support emails, it'd be better to pull in lesser time, so like 2 minutes or 5 minutes or something. But if you're not getting too much, hourly, once or something like that, so you can change it to your business. You can put your email, and then you can configure it, leave it, depends on what you have, right? So you can do chat, sent, inbox, so where you want an email to check if the email came. I just left it as well. So you can test it, but to test it, we need other blocks underneath it. You see that AI by Zapier block and the others. We need those as well to test. So these are just some test emails that I just sent to this email with another one, and I use it for testing. So then the next step is the AI by Zapier block. Let me just open it in a bigger window. So I found it a bit confusing, especially when I was beginning a while back. So we do custom prompt because we're trying to tailor this for our business. And I just created some dummy or test employees with some fake profiles and gave them different certifications, which I just generated with AI. So I created this comprehensive prompt that gives it a role, gives it a task, gives it some specifics, gives it some classification, some sentiment detection. So all the information it needs to basically fill out these variables. So the variables are urgency, assigned employee, complexity, and category, and finally sentiment. So these are the 5 things that we need these LLM to understand the context, which we, by the way, gave here. So we say subject, body, we give the body of the email, we give the name of the customer, we give the email of the customer, and we give any attachments that they give. Like, depends on your business. Especially if you sell physical products and let's say something breaks, if they take a photo of that, it'll be useful for the large language model, which in our case, I just left it as the default GPT-4o mini, to know about that and analyze that as well. And if you do want to add attachments, you gotta put this check mark so that the LLM knows that it needs to analyze an image, not some text. So with our test email, which was website login is not working, it's more of a technical issue. So the urgency is high because obviously the website login is not working. And if your main selling point is a SaaS, then this is a very high urgency problem to fix. And the employee is John, because in the prompt I said John deals with more technical problems. The issue is fairly complex because we got to actually get into the website code and see what's causing the bug. And the category, technical, sentiment, concern. So AI is actually very good at doing this. And whatever output variables you want to add, you can add it in this window right here. You can forget about the advanced options. You wouldn't need it unless it's more complex, but if it's more complex, you probably wouldn't be using Zapier anyway. We're trying to send the analyzed AI data to our employee, right? Our specific employee. In this case, there's 4 fake employees in this hypothetical business. There's Lisa, there's Mike, Sarah, and John. And each of them are specialized in one thing. So what we do is split into parts, block, we add that block, or step as Zapier calls. And what the condition would be is only continue if the variable that is assigned employee, which was defined here if you remember, that text contains the word Lisa. Then you move on to the Lisa path, Sarah, this path, and so on. So it's pretty self-explanatory. We're just trying to personalize the emails to our employees so that they understand why the AI chose that employee for the job. So what we do is another AI block. I mean, obviously, we could combine this AI block and previous one into one big block, like with a lot of information. But AI might be confused. The model would be confused if you give it that much information. So I figured we can do separate AI blocks for each and every employee. So that way we can customize how it sends that email. So let's say this employee, John, wants it in this format. You can specify to the AI, this is how the format should be. And maybe it's easier. It's completely up to you for your business use case. So it's another AI block. It's pretty similar. But this time we give email subject line because we need to send them the email. We need to create the email body. We need to create these variables again, which we can use in the previous one. But I figured we could do it again just to double check, right? And then the reason for why this employee was chosen for this task. I thought this was also a very important thing. Like maybe AI made a mistake and it chose the wrong person. So it's always good to have that reason. And again, these output variables you can define in this output fields window. So finish, this is the easy part, right? So another Gmail block or step, and then the same thing, but this time instead of, I think it was get email or something. Yeah, new email arrived. Instead of that trigger event, this one would be an action event. It's not a trigger because we're not triggering this automation. We're actually doing an action. In this case, the action would be to send an email to our employee. And you can put your employee's email, but I didn't do that, obviously, for my company's privacy reason. Two, I just did it to my email again. And so there's from, just my email, from name. So who is it from? From me, in this case. And the subject would be, what we do is click slash, and then we do the John email maker block, and then we do email subject line. So these are all the output variables that are filled out. So body type plain, and then the body, same thing, but this time instead of subject line, we put the email body variable. And any attachments, instead of AI describing, that could be pretty tedious, right? If there's like some circle on something that's broken and it's not working, instead of AI describing the words, it's better to just put those attachments. Like, as you probably heard before, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I just put that. And then we can test it again. Subject would be critical, technical issue assigned, iPhone black screen issue. This is a different test email that I sent to just test it multiple times. And then the final step is just an Airtable, because just in case we want to store these leads, I'll show you the database I created. There's the ticket ID, which we could make AI generate, but that's another explanation for another day. Customer name, there's the email subject line, urgency level, customer sentiment, complexity rating. All of these things that we made AI fill out in the AI steps, right? Configure. So we select the base, which our Airtable base is located, and we select the table. In my case, it's the tickets. And then the ticket ID is mandatory. Didn't set it to mandatory in Airtable. So you can just leave that. Or you can make AI generate it in one of these AI blocks. And then the timestamp would just be the date. Like if we go back to the just some sample customers I created where, yep, timestamp is just date. That's what I'm assuming, not like an actual timestamp. Customer email, which we get from the email block from the very beginning, we do slash, and then go to the email block from the beginning, the trigger event, and then we click on from name, because that's the customer name. And then we have their email, and then we have the subject of that email. So if we go back to our Airtable base, we can go email subject. It'll be the exact subject that the customer wrote in their email instead of AI generate that. So the email body would just be the body of the email that they sent. The urgency level, that's what AI generates, right? From this John email maker block or whatever employee. And then the issue category, you just put that variable in. And then customer sentiment. Oh yeah, another key thing, which I forgot to mention. So if I go to configure in this AI block, initiate builder, you must give descriptions of each of these things so that AI knows what it's actually filling out. A key thing here in the database, urgency level can either be low, medium, high, or critical. Like if AI randomly says, yeah, kind of, as the answer, which is unrealistic, but you get the point. If it just says some random value, Airtable won't accept that API request, which we do through this block, the Airtable block. So we need to specifically specify in the descriptions. So in the case of urgency level, if I go to the description of urgency level, I say urgency level of customer issue can only be either low, medium, high, or critical. Only those four options and nothing else. That's what it means. So that there's no problems or any errors with the API request that we do with the final block, which is very important. Make sure you give decent descriptions for each of these output fields. It will help in the future. It's a good habit to make. And then when we create the record, we just fill in all the variables. And there you have it, a complete customer support automation that transforms chaos into professional, well-organized systems. Your team gets exactly the tickets that they should have. Customers get faster responses if you just add send email block to the customer, not to your employee this time. And you never lose the ticket in your inbox. Here's what's really powerful about this. We just built an almost enterprise level support infrastructure using tools you probably have, such as Airtable and Gmail. This kind of system is one that big companies pay thousands for, but you probably built it in relatively less time. Now, here's the thing. This is just one example of what's truly possible when you combine AI with smart automation. If you're thinking, this is amazing, but I just wish someone would just build it out for me, for my business, well, that's exactly what we do at Uniki AI. We help small business owners implement AI automation solutions that save time, reduce costs, and improve customer experience, like this automation. If you want to explore what AI automation could do for your specific business, I'll put a link down in the description to book a free strategy call with me. We'll look at your current processes, identify automation opportunities, and map out exactly how AI could transform your business operations. We could even build AI voice agents and chatbots on your website. No sales pitch, just real insights on what actually makes a difference. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.